Welcome to the Marketing Pulpit Show, and I am Robert Gatewood, your host. We are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. We're not saving souls, we're saving businesses, saving jobs, saving our community. Now, if I happen to save a soul along the way, don't hold that against me. We'll just call that icing on the cake. Now, the mission at Marketing Pulpit Show is to build strong businesses in our community so that we can put our people to work. And we do that with business development, job creation, and service. So if you ever find yourself in a business crossroads and not sure which way to turn, just turn on the Marketing Pulpit Show because we're on a mission. The show is broadcast live from the illustrious Radio 1 studio. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Marketing Pulpit Show on Black Friday. Hey, can you believe that? It is another Black Friday. That means we're all full of turkey and dressing and yams and what else do people eat on Thanksgiving? Ham and pie and collard greens. Somebody said collard greens. Oh yeah, I had some collard greens too. So whatever your menu consisted of yesterday, I hope you are full of the holiday spirit. Hope you're full of the business spirit, because business is actually does not take a break for the holidays. Particularly on today, where we have Black Friday. Black Friday. This is the Friday after Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. Robert Gatewood, and this is the Marketing Pulpit. We are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. The number to the show today is 1-800-450-7876. So if you want to join in, answer any of our great questions today, we might even throw in a Black Friday special or contest in here today to get you all juiced up. But anyway, thanks for joining. I have a company called Gatewood Marketing and Web, and my company's web address is gatewoodmarketing.com. I'm also an author. I have two books. Matter of fact, I have one called Smarter Than the Boss and another one called Played in Full, and you can get those on Amazon or go to the website. And I'm also an adjunct professor at Prince George's Community College in the Washington, D.C. area. Matter of fact, we had a course this past Saturday. Great lineup of students there, and so I'm just trying to get this information out in as many means and vehicles as possible, because some information is so important and so vital that the fact that people can't afford it is not a good enough excuse. It's not a good enough reason for them not to get this information. So that's why I provide all of these different vehicles to make sure that we can build strong businesses in our community and put people to work. And that's what the Marketing Pulpit is about building successful businesses. And you can't do that without some type of marketing foundation. And so herein lies the Marketing Pulpit. Got a lot to cover today. We're going to talk about, first of all, Black Friday. We're going to talk about also, we have, Small Business Saturday comes up tomorrow. Then on Monday, we have Cyber Monday. And I'm also going to throw in one of my own called Safety Sunday, because this time of year is ripe with people trying to take your money, trying to scam you. So I'm going to give you some basic foundational tips on some of the more popular scams that are running this time of year. So I want you to go out here and make this money, go out here and run these ads, go out here and take advantage of specials, but I also want you to be safe. And so I felt compelled to throw that in there today. Now, some interesting tidbits about Black Friday. I also heard that it's the most popular, busiest time of the year for plumbers. Figure that out. Maybe, well, I was going to say, I think the reason that it's one of the most popular times because many people try to throw their leftovers down the toilet, and now you got the toilets all clogged up. So it's also one of the busiest days for plumbers. Just a little bit of tidbit, a little bit of trivia there. Also, car accidents spike on Black Friday. I can see that. The people trying to get in those spaces. There's a lot of traffic out here. Some people still got a little bubbly on them. So I can see how that might be a fact. What else happens on Black Friday here? Also, let's see here. Oh, yes, of course. It's one of the best days to buy a used car. It's kind of interesting. One of the best days to buy a used car. They said the number one day was actually Martin Luther King Day. That's a loaded one. But anyway, that's just some little Black Friday trivia today. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who's also a partner in this marketing pulpit venture, BLE Executive Suites. They have their 3 locations, one in National Harbor, they have one in College Park, which is a hub zone, and they have their flagship office in Largo, Maryland. Now, if you're trying to get SAM certification, which I just went through recently, that's where you get on the Systems Award Management, and you get that certification that says you're okay to do business with the federal government. BLE, even though they're a co-location, they still qualify for SAM. So a lot of folks who are trying to get that cage code to do business in the government, you can get that. You can qualify by having an office at BLE, which is a co-location executive suites. Just a little bit of tidbit that you might want to know if you're out there in the government space. And we've been encouraging people, certain type of businesses, to go ahead and get that cage code. Go through sam.gov and fill out that application. They're going to ask you, they're going to get in your business a little bit. They want to know about your income statements, and your phone number has to match, and you can't have these fake addresses. And so that's why BLE comes in. Call them at 301-322-1700 or go to blesuites.com. Also, Gatewood Web Services. It's a good time for you to get that domain name. So if you have a website in your future plans and you need a domain name, I know you can get it from GoDaddy and Google and all those places, but you can also get it from gatewood.biz. That's actually one of the sponsors. Actually, it's my company, and it's one of the sponsors of the Marketing Pulpit Show, where you can get your domain names, your website hosting, SSL certificates, security, firewalls, WordPress, managed WordPress, any of your internet web needs. You can actually get those through gatewood.biz. So go ahead and check that out. All right, let's see here. Now we actually have our Nurse Ball question today. Let's see what we're going to give away today. Matter of fact, we're going to give away. I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time. I'm going to give away an internet domain name. So if you have like a website in your future plans and you need a domain name, which you do, then we're going to give away a free domain to the first person that calls in with the answer to this question. Now, we had this question out here last week and nobody won it, so we're going to put it out here again. What does the acronym CAGE stand for? And the first person calls in, we're going to give them an internet domain name. And because it's Good Friday, man, this gets too good. We're going to give you a free 3 months business address at BLE Executive Suites. So we're going to cover your location needs, whether it's on the web or on the ground. So we got a question on the table. What does the acronym CAGE represent? And the first person calls in, we're going to give you a free internet domain name. And we're going to also give you a free business address. So you're going to get 2 addresses, a web address and a business address on this Black Friday. The number is 1-800-450-7876, 1-800-450-7876. And if you're tuning in online, you can see the number scroll across the screen. Just go to marketingpulpit.com. You can watch the show actually live and see my ugly mug sitting up here, my big head rowing on the air. 1-800-450-7876. So we have a question on a contest on the table. What does the acronym CAGE stand for? We're going to give you a free web address and business address on this Black Friday. All right, folks, let's talk about some things that are happening in the news. Thank you again for everybody who's tuning in. If this is your first time, where the heck have you been? But if you're one of our regular listeners, thank you again for tuning in for the last 12 years and making this show the success that it has been. I'm going to cover a couple of items in the news, and we're just having fun here kicking it on a Black Friday here in the nation's capital on the Marketing Pulpit Show. We're simulcasting on Radio 1, 1450 AM and 95.9 FM. You can also catch the show on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Facebook Live. Let's see here now. Gabrielle Union has some career advice for Black people on this Black Friday. She says, it's kind of funny, she said, don't be the happy Negro in white spaces. No, she didn't. Go ahead, Gabrielle. Gabrielle is one of these people that takes no prisoners. She tells it like it is. She says what's on her mind. But she's gone through some challenges. She was on one of those shows, Dance with the Stars, or what is it, American Got Talent, one of those shows, where she got let go, and it was a big dust up over that. And people found out right then that she was a no holds barred person. She does not bite her tongue. But when she says, "Don't be that happy Negro in white spaces," we know what she's saying, now don't we? Come on. You know that person that they're just a little too happy to be there. And there's a difference between being happy, because don't we want everybody to be happy? But we don't want you to be obsequious. We don't want you to be grinning. We want you to be happy because you have attained a certain level of confidence and credentials and status in your profession, and that you're bringing other people along with you, but not just so happy to be there. So, Gabrielle, I know exactly what you mean. So I think people out there can relate. They're like, wait, we know what you mean. We know what you mean, Gabby. Now, Cyber Monday has passed Black Friday as the biggest shopping day. Wow, that's kind of changes consumer behavior. Because we noticed because so many people have migrated from shopping, going to the stores. First of all, you go to the stores now, there's almost nothing there. You can't find your size, you can't find the color you want. So people naturally have gone online. So Cyber Monday, which comes up in a couple of days, has actually been another place where sales have actually gone off the charts. So there are actually more people shopping during the regular Black Friday, but they're spending more money on Cyber Monday. So they're spending going to generate about $2 billion in revenue. Wow. That's a lot of money, folks. So Black Friday, then we have Cyber Monday. And let's not forget about Small Business Saturday. Now, coming up on tomorrow, there's going to be Small Business Saturday. It's a day to celebrate and support small businesses. And that's something we should all do. You spend all this money on these big companies all year long, and they get richer and richer. And you have very qualified and very convenient small businesses in your midst. Now, this was founded by American Express back in 2010, and it's been sponsored by the Small Business Administration since 2011. We have this posted on the Marketing Pulpit website. There's an article there right on the homepage that talks about Small Business Saturday. And you can also go to that site and register your business as a small business if you haven't been registered as a small business on the Small Business Saturday website, sponsored by American Express. And you can also find other small businesses to spend your money. So that's the Small Business Saturday coming up on tomorrow. About to go on a break here. Before we go on to break, the new IRS rules, if you have a Cash App, and if you get more than $600 now, Uncle Sam is going to send you a 1099K. Uncle Sam is watching this money that's being transmitted electronically, and now Cash App has been monitored. They're going to get a 1099K if you got more than $600 received, which is not a lot. And if you don't want to get that 1099K, you might want to switch your Cash App from a business account to a personal account. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for the first half. We're going to take a quick break here on the Marketing Pulpit Show. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host. And so hang on there. Don't go anywhere. We're going to come back after the break, Marketing Pulpit. So hang on. That's one thing about a business. It's an equalizer. It's a game changer. You don't have to hit the lottery. If you have a skill, have the right mindset, have a mission, you got to have some money. You can start a successful business. And that's why people come to me to help them navigate. We are a business development and marketing company. Been doing this now for 25 years as an entrepreneur. And I spent another 20 years or so in corporate America. Worked for companies like Diet to Go. I was vice president of marketing and business development, senior vice president. I was also a buyer for Grand Union Supermarkets. I was president and CEO of Telegrocery, one of the first home delivery supermarkets in the country. I know a little bit about this stuff, and I'm willing to share it every Friday right here on the Marketing Pulpit, 10:30 a.m. All right, we're back. This is the Marketing Pulpit Show. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host, and we are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. Bring you the good marketing gospel, and we're here on a Black Friday. Got a lot going on today. We also have a question on the table. The first person calls in with the first correct answer to the acronym CAGE, C-A-G-E, and you will get a free internet address and a free BLE business address for 3 months. And of course, the web address is good for 1 year. And just call 1-800-450-7876, and you can take away a great Black Friday award. Let's see, we want to finish up a couple of items in the news. I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the safety tips on this holiday season. Well, inflation didn't stop Thanksgiving. Wow. So about 4.5 million Americans actually flew to their holiday destination. So holiday continued unabated. Hewlett Packard is laying off up to 6,000 workers. So these big tech companies are still reeling under this downturn of the economy. And so we've seen layoffs on Facebook, we've seen Twitter, now we're seeing Hewlett Packard. And another story that people are, all right, we have somebody who wants to try to get this question here. So hang on a second here. All right, let me put him on the phone here. All right, welcome to the show. Who am I speaking with? Keith. Welcome to the Marketing Pulpit. We have a question on the table. What does the acronym CAGE stand for? And if you have the answer for me, I got some goodies for you. What's your answer? Commercial and government entity. Keith, you have nailed it. You have knocked it out of the park. The question on the table was, what does the acronym stand for? CAGE, and Keith nailed it. Commercial and government entity. Keith, you are exactly right. What I want you to do, Keith, is give your information to the engineer, and we will contact you with the details. Do you have a business, Keith? I have a fledgling business. A fledgling business. Okay, well, this will help you get off the ground and put a little octane under it. Do you want to tell us what kind of business you have, or you want to keep that to yourself? My next graphic, KRATHS, I sell images, pictures, and websites. Okay, very good, very good. Well, I tell you what, you can use these prizes then. I'll tell you what, give the engineer your phone number and your email address, and we'll contact you after the show to make sure you get the free internet domain for 1 year and 3 months business address for BLE Executive Suites. Okay? Thank you. Great. Thank you, sir. All right, folks, that was Keith. He won the contest for the Black Friday contest for the free internet domain for 1 year and the 3-month business address from our sponsor, BLE Executive Suites. All right, folks, thanks again, Keith. And I'm going to finish up the news here and talk about a little safety going into this holiday season, particularly on this Black Friday. U.S. workers may be celebrating Thanksgiving, but they are very, very stressed. I mean, it's not really surprising that much. People are really stressed out. Let's talk about a tragedy that happened a few days ago in Chesapeake, Virginia. It's one of my old stomping grounds. I used to live out in the Tidewater area. You got Chesapeake, Greenbrier, Portsmouth, Norfolk. out in that area, there was a mass shooting at a Walmart. A 31-year-old man was identified as Andre Bing, and he was one of the night managers, and he killed 6 co-workers, and then, of course, he took his own life. Am I the only one that's losing count of all these shootings? I mean, my brain just is having a hard time wrap around. We had just gone through the triple slaying in University of Virginia, where the 3 football players were slain. We had a stabbing up in Idaho, where 4 co-eds were stabbed in their dorm or off-campus residence. Then we had the shooting at the LGBT club in Colorado, and now we have this shooting in Walmart. To be a country that's supposed to brag about how smart we are and how advanced we are, certain things, it's embarrassing to the rest of the world that we can't solve this issue. But I go to say that we can solve this issue, but we know why. It's about the Second Amendment, and the Second Amendment has nothing to do with somebody afraid of losing their arms. What people are doing, they are afraid of losing power. And they know that once somebody collects these guns or make it more difficult, then certain people, I'm not going to call any name, are going to feel less emboldened and less powerful. But we have to break this fever, this gun fever in our country. It makes absolutely no sense. And I'm sure by the time this show is over, or sometime in the next few hours, the next day or so, we'll be singing this same sad tune again. We can do better as a country, ladies and gentlemen. If we can there's some bad elements in this country that driving up. We could be, how people talk about that you could be the greatest country in the world. We could be the greatest country in the world if we weren't coddling these hate mongers and other groups. So anyway, man, this really bothers me. Now, Elon Musk isn't helping matters. He's on Twitter. Sometimes you have bullies in class, like when you're in school, you had the bullies would come along and give you a wedgie or kick sand in your face. You always felt that there was this higher authority that's going to come along and rescue you and save you from the bad guy. The sad story now is that the bad guys are in power. Here we got Elon Musk now. This guy buys Twitter for $44 billion. He goes through his shop the other day, and he's bragging on his Twitter account that in his headquarters, he discovered this closet full of Stay Woke t-shirts. And that's something for him to brag and make fun of. It's like, look at here. I busted up this party. All these woke folks, they got there's a new sheriff in town. Elon Musk, you are a bully. You are bullying people who have been marginalized, people who are less powerful than you, have less money than you, and once again, you should be ashamed of yourself. There's nothing wrong with being woke. Woke means being socially conscious, being caring about other people, understanding your place in the world. So don't let somebody take a word, a phrase that's positive at the core and turn it into something negative. Once again, that's what happens when the bullies become the protector. Anyway, enough of this clown. All right, let's talk about also, I coined my own phrase today. We have Black Friday today. We have Big Small Business Saturday tomorrow. We have Cyber Monday on Monday. Well, I'm going to say, let's talk about Safety Sunday. And basically what I'm trying to say is that we have to take precautions out here. I'm just going to quickly talk about some of the popular scams that are coming up now and going to carry into 2023. So hang on one second. Let me get my bearings here. And thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. And thank you, Brother Gerald Brown, for tuning in, the greatest plumber in town. He's been a great supporter of the show, has his own plumbing business. Thank you, Brother Brown. Before we get out of here, let's talk about quickly. Student loan forgiveness is a very popular scam. These guys will try to get your phone number, create an application, send you to an application to get your social security number and bank account information. Watch out for these student loan scams. Another popular scam this time of year is any type of phone scam. We got the robocalls, the texts, the impersonators, the apps, the QR codes. What they're trying to do is get your information, set up fake accounts, and really steal your identity. Be on the lookout for these phone scams. Your phone is almost something you almost don't want to answer anymore. Be well of cryptocurrency scams. These people present themselves as celebrities and influencers and try to get you to put money into the most popular currency. And a lot of times they're just taking that information, collecting your information, and you don't have anything at the end of the day. These romance scams. Somebody goes out here and steals your identity. You have a boo on the side you didn't even know about because somebody stole your identity out there romancing people. After they gain their trust and sometimes they get very intimate, then they start asking them for money, transfer money to their accounts and so forth. Another popular scam you want to be aware of this time of year. Of course, the online purchase scams. In many cases, you're sending money to people that have no intention of sending you a product. So you want to make sure you go to these websites, check for risk of security, areas of security, make sure that SSL certificate, look for things like phone numbers, physical addresses, any type of certifications. So you want to spend your money on these websites where you feel comfortable spending your money. And of course, there are the employment scams where people are offering you all this money and pie in the sky, and it's really just a get rich quick scheme. So these are some things I want you to go out here, enjoy the holidays, take advantage of the Black Fridays and the Cyber Mondays and the Small Business Saturdays and so forth. But I want you to do it and be safe about it. And so I want you to do that. And also don't forget, let's support our sponsor, BLE Executive Suites. Visit them at 301-322-1700. Go to BLESuites.com and go to gatewood.biz to register your domain name. If you're looking to build a website, you need an SSL certificate, you need hosting, go there and we will take care of all of your needs. I want to thank Keith again for calling in and winning our contest today. And this is going to bring us to the end of the show for the Marketing Pulpit. And once again, go out here and be safe on this Black Friday. Go out here and spend this money wisely. Don't forget to support your small businesses on Saturday, on Small Business Saturday. And also, you can catch this show. You can go back and catch the show on marketingpulpit.com. You can catch the rerun. And also, you folks on LinkedIn, thank you for joining in. You're on Facebook, thank you for joining in. You're on Twitter, thank you for joining in. And also, if you're on YouTube, thank you for joining in. All right, folks, we'll see you next week right here on the Marketing Pulpit. And thank you, Brand Leader Model. So we've lost our WOL audience. So now we're just wrapping up here online with our Facebook followers, people on YouTube, people on Twitter, people on LinkedIn, and the people on Facebook Live. Thank you again for joining the show. And I also want to thank Radio One for allowing us to broadcast the show on their platform. And we do that from 10:30 to 11 o'clock. And then at the end of the show, sometimes we'll bring in some of the previous shows. Sometimes I might just pop in and say hello to our internet-based audience, our social media audience. And I want to thank everybody who's tuning in right here on the platform. I see Brand Leader Model. Thank you again. I see Mr. Brown. I see Frederick Mitchell, Mr. Phi Beta Sigma. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Brand Leader Model was making a comment earlier on one of the topics we were talking about, how people are trying to scam people. And also I want to thank our winner of the contest over on Radio One, who won a free internet address for 1 year and 3 months of business address from BLE Executive Suites. So I want to thank them. I also want to thank everybody who's tuning in on all different platforms. Now, we're going to be back next week. As we tune out here today, I want to ask you again to go out here and have a happy and safe holiday. And Small Business Saturday is tomorrow. Patronize, show support for a small business. They need your support. They need your help. And also, like I said, if you need any of the services that we offer, then go to marketingpulpit.com or gatewoodmarketing.com, and we'll be glad to help you with your business needs as you get ready for 2023. 2023 is going to be off the chain, folks, I'm telling you. The folks that have weathered this pandemic and lockdown that are still standing, they're going to be very successful in 2023, and I hope you are among them. So that's going to do it for today. And as always, if you want to be successful, what do I always say? You have to do these 3 things. Mr. Brown, you know what I used to say. If you want to be successful, you have to do these 3 things. Do the right thing, do it at the right time, and you have to do it right. Enough talk. Let's get to work. That's one thing about a business. It's an equalizer. It's a game changer. You don't have to hit the lottery. If you have a skill, have the right mindset, have a mission, you got to have some money. You can start a successful business. And that's why people come to me to help them navigate. We are a business development and marketing company. I've been doing this now for 25 years as an entrepreneur. And I spent another 20 years or so in corporate America. Worked for companies like Diet to Go. I was a vice president of marketing and business development, senior vice president. I was also a buyer for Grand Union Supermarkets. I was president and CEO of Telegrocery, one of the first home delivery supermarkets in the country. I know a little bit about this stuff, and I'm willing to share it every Friday right here on the Marketing Pulpit, 10:30 a.m. If you are a business owner, you are a rare breed. You might as well admit it. People don't always understand business owners. And like we march to a different drum. And so sometimes you get into these discussions with people who have never done it. It's like talking to a brick wall. I mean, I'm not knocking people who are not business owners, but I do admit that business owners, we do kind of have a different way of thinking.